I hate to even ask this question, but the president-elect chose to attack you, blame you for this.
I stood next to a president of the United States of America today, and I was proud to be with Joe Biden. And he had the backs of every single person in this community. He didn't play politics, didn't try to divide any of us.
How is Trump trying to divide the country or people of Los Angeles when he literally directly put the blame on you?
In California, Mr. President, during the pandemic, you often said that you didn't believe that you should bail out blue states that you believe were being mismanaged. Given your criticism of Governor Gavin Newsom, are you willing to work with him, and do you believe that federal aid should be provided to California for as long as it takes?
Well, it's very sad because I've been trying to get Gavin Newsom to allow water to come. You'd have tremendous water up there. They send it out to the Pacific because they're trying to protect a tiny little fish called the smelt. And for the sake of a smelt, they have no water. They had no water in the fire hydrants today in Los Angeles. It was a terrible thing. And we're going to get that done. It's going to finally be done. I got it done from the federal side. And he didn't want to sign it, but it's not going to happen again like that. There's no reason. They have plenty of water. They don't have a drought. They send it out to the Pacific, and it's crazy.
Putting the blame on the leaders who are in charge or making sure shit like this does not happen in California, that people don't lose their lives to fires like that could have been prevented. This was 100% preventable. I know they're trying to spread this climate change bullshit. No, this could have been 100% preventable. There's evidence that this was arson.
This is climate change. But when I talk like this is a whiny liberal. It's fucking climate change. Wake up. No, it's arson, you fucking idiots.
Yeah, the fire that he started right now, he lit the match or lit something. It's in the dam, the south side of the dam. There's a fire going now.
Holy shit.
We're at 302 Pico, and people are lighting fires now. You can see they lit a fire. These guys, not all the people there, but some of those guys lit that fire, and
These guys are
they're actually, the trees caught fire, and then the palms are catching fire. So civilians are now lighting fires. Down in the so-called, flats around Santa Monica, Venice.
The fourth incident is an arson incident in which Jose Gerardo Escobar has been charged.
And also not cleaning up the dead leaves and the dead trees. People have been blowing the whistle that this was going to happen for years.
I talked to a fireman once. This is one of the reasons that freaked me out. And he was telling me, he goes, dude, one day, he goes, it's just going to be the right wind and fire's going to start in the right place and it's going to burn through LA all the way to the ocean. And there's not a we can do about it. You're talking about thousands of acres that are burning simultaneously with 40-mile-an-hour winds. And the wind's just blowing embers through the air, and those embers are landing on roofs, and those houses are going up, and they're landing on bushes, and those bushes are going up, and everything's dry. And once it happens in a way where it's so spread out that there's nothing they can do. There's nothing they can do.
You just have to evacuate, right?
Nothing they can do.
Billions of dollars a year they spend on forest fires. And there's a case with the environment. They're not allowed to rake their forests because you're not allowed to touch it. And all they have to do is clean their forest, meaning rake it up, get rid of the leaves, get rid of, leaves that are sitting there for 5 years. And
we'll certainly get rid of the deadfall.
And get rid of the trees that are falling.
Yeah. Want to know why the West is on fire and why these forest fires are out of control? Let me show you. This is our national forest. This is how they manage it. What do you think is going to happen to these trees, to this forest, if a fire starts in here?
Oh my God.
If you wanted to create an environment for fire to thrive, you couldn't do better. We've got all the money in the world to send bombs to go over people that have never done anything to us, but here back at home, we can't lift a finger. But you bet we're paying them. You bet we're paying them.
The people that were in charge, or their job was to prevent this. I'm so sick of politicians trying to brush their responsibility off into something else. Every 4 years, it's not our fault you live in a shithole town. It's racism, it's sexism, it's misogyny. It's not my fault the entire fucking state seems like it's burning down. It's climate change. No, it's you. And you are not taking accountability for your actions. Trump is not trying to divide the country. Trump is trying to say the leaders of California have failed the people. When you are the captain of the ship, you go down with the ship, meaning you take responsibility for the ship going down in the first place by not saving your own ass like you're trying to do by blaming it on something else like climate change. No, Gavin Newsom, you failed the people along with the mayor who ran off to Ghana, was more focus on DEI and equity and inclusion instead of making sure there was enough money so the firefighters can actually properly put out the fires, making sure there was enough water in the reservoirs so they have enough water in the fire hydrants to put out the fires, making sure they actually had fit people on the team so people can actually lift people out of the fires and not care if they had a vagina or black skin or not. Like, you have failed the people. Granted, the people keep voting for you, so I mean...
You want to see somebody that responds to your house, your emergency, whether it's a medical call or a fire call, that looks like you.
Yeah, my entire family died, but it's all right because at least the firefighters look like me, so I guess it was worth it in the end.
Is she strong enough to do this? Or you couldn't carry my husband out of a fire, which my response is, he got himself in the wrong place if I have to carry him out of a fire. Himself in the wrong place if I have to carry him out of a fire. Himself in the wrong place if I have to carry him out of a fire.
Sorry, what?
When they first started fighting the Palisades fire, they ran out of water extremely quickly. Wednesday, 3 a.m., they were basically out. And there's been a lot of talk on why this happened. So how long has this reservoir been empty for? Since February of last year. There was no communication from the Department of Water and Power to LAFD that there was a water supply issue. The firefighters, when they started fighting the fires, no one informed them that the reservoir was empty. This reservoir holds 117 million gallons of water. The fire department was using a water supply from 3 backup tanks, each one only holding 1 million gallons of water. They say it's closed for maintenance to repair the lid that's on top of it. I don't know a lot about reservoir maintenance, but there's literally no construction materials or vehicles anywhere in sight.
My heart goes out, obviously, to the people with their homes, and I'm watching the small businesses around us go up in flames. This is people's livelihoods, so it's devastating. But what is most concerning to me is our first responders and our firefighters who are trying to battle this. There's no water in the Palisades. There's no water coming out of the fire hydrants.
Ain't no water in these fire hydrants. How the fuck is the firefighter supposed to work if they ain't got no water in the fire hydrants? Shit ain't making sense, man.
This is an absolute mismanagement by the city. And I'm going to be very honest. We've got a mayor that's out of the country, and we've got a city that's burning, and there's no resources to put out fires.
Do you owe citizens an apology for being absent while their homes were burning? Do you regret cutting the fire department budget by millions of dollars, Madam Mayor? Have you nothing to say today? Have you absolutely nothing to say to the citizens today? Elon Musk says that you're utterly incompetent. Are you considering your position? Madam Mayor, have you absolutely nothing to say to the citizens today who are dealing with this disaster? No apology for them? Do you think you should have been visiting Ghana while this was unfolding back home? Madam Mayor, let me ask you just again, have you anything to say to the citizens today as you return? Madam Mayor, just a few words for the citizens today as you return to deal with the catastrophe. Can you take this down?
The fire chiefs are also admitting that they just don't have enough personnel to take out the fires.
Yeah, they're fighting all sorts of challenges. They're talking about a water shortage. There are reports of fire hydrant failures.
So if you look at your pictures, you don't see the firefighters there because there's nothing they can do. And it looks like we're in a third world country here. Mm-hmm. And we've got a lot of tough questions that we need to ask the mayor and the city council and our representatives and the county representatives. Why didn't you work to mitigate this?
2021, LAPD staff shortage, struggling to get enough firefighters. 2022, it scares the heck out of me. California's federal firefighter shortage has gotten dramatically worse. 2023, LA has outgrown its fire department. LAFD's 4K personnel struggle to serve population of 4 million. The warning signs have been there. And even in summer 2024, California remains short of federal firefighters as the season ramps up.
This is really tragic. And no, again, Trump wasn't trying to divide the country. I love the language that they use, the emotional, manipulative language that they use. He's trying to divide the country. See how hateful he is? No, he put the responsibility square on you. He's trying to divide the people from you, from voting for you again. And if you and the mayor and everybody else responsible had any backbone or any morals or any value, you would just get that. You would just step down. You would just resign. But that's not what you're going to do, because you're a coward and you're going to only save your ass because you just care about the money and the power and the influence and not the people. That's it.
Governor, I live here, Governor. That was my daughter's school, Governor. Please tell me what you're going to do. I'm not going to hurt him, I promise.
I'm literally talking to the president right now to specifically answer the question of what we can do for you and your daughter.
Can I hear it? Can I hear your call? Because I don't believe it.
I'm sorry. There's literally, I've tried 5 times. That's why I'm walking around.
lies, lies, and more lies, and lies on top of lies.